Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and the lecture series of ASP.NET using C# language. Now in this video we will see how do we practically achieve the flow control in C#. So first of all we will understand what you mean by flow control. The flow of the program control is specified by the control statement. Suppose I want to control the flow of my execution. I don't want the program to be executed sequentially. I want to control my program structure on the basis of the condition. Then we have to use flow control. Flow control basically executes on the base of conditions. We have to specify the conditions. On the basis of that, it will control the flow of your program execution. Suppose I am writing a code int a equals to 10, int b equals to 20, int sum equals to a plus b, and I will print console.writeLine sum. So in this case, what happened in this case, the execution of the program will start from this line, the next line, third and the fourth. It will execute the program in the sequential manner. Suppose I want to skip this part of the code. I don't want this part to be executed. But we have to specify some condition. On the basis of condition, this part can be ignored. So to do or to control the flow of the program, C# has given a flow control statements. In the flow control statement, the first statement is your if statement. The simplest of all the control statements is your simple if. This is the if without else. That means in this case we do not specify the else statement. If statement consists of a Boolean expression. And if we have a Boolean expression, that means which is either true or false, followed by one or more statement. This Boolean expression is nothing but a condition. This is also called as condition. So as we see the syntax of the if statement, we have a if with condition. This is your Boolean expression. If this condition is true, then only this part of the code will be executed. If the condition is false, we don't have any code for execution. The control is directly transferred to statement next, and this is your normal code. We can write any code here. So if the condition will true, then only this part of the code will be executed. Otherwise it won't execute this part of the code, the statements of if. So we can skip the sum of the part of the code on the basis of condition. That's why it is called as flow control. Now we will see the example of if statement. So I am in this example I am taking a number from the user, console.writeLine, enter the number. Now declare a variable num, then convert this into integer to int 32, and then console.readline. So this is my code to take the input. Now I am checking if this number is greater than 0, we will type console.writeLine the number is positive. And then I am writing console.writeLine. I am writing statement, just a message statement X. So now this is my simple code to demonstrate the simple if statement. Okay. Now we execute the code. It will first ask the user to enter the number. Suppose I am entering a number which is greater than 0. Suppose I have entered a 12. So we can say that the number is positive. And it also display the statement X. Now again execute the program. Now I am typing -12. Since -12 is not greater than 0, that part of the code, the number is positive, is skipped and the control is directly transferred to the statement X. See, in this case we just have a one statement, that is your statement X. So with the help of flow control we can skip the sum part of the code. So in this case we are skipping this part of the code on the basis of condition. If the condition is true, then only it will execute the if statement code, otherwise it won't execute this code. So now in this way we can control the flow of the program. Moving to the next part. Now next flow control statement is your if else statement. In this we have two probabilities. The if statement can be followed by an optional else statement. We have a if followed by the else. As we can see in the syntax, if, and we are specifying the condition here. If this condition is true, the body of the if statement will execute. If this condition is false, the control is not transferred out of the program. The control is transferred to the else. If this condition is false, the control is transferred to the else and it will execute the body of the else. That means in this we have two probabilities. Right? We have a code, statement of the code that will be executed when the condition is true. We also have a code to when the condition will become false, that code will be executed. So in this case we have two probabilities, either or. Now we will see the example of the if else statement. Okay. I am extending this example only. Now I am writing else. If the number is greater than 0, then it will print the number is positive. If it is not greater than 0, right, we will print the number is negative. And we already have a statement X negative. Now execute this code. Again enter the positive number, the same output with we will see the same output. The number is positive and the statement X. Why? Because the condition is true. If condition is true, when the if condition become false, so now in this time we see the number is, as we can see, the number is negative. That means we have two probability, either or. If the condition is true, it will execute the part of the code, the if part of the code. If the condition is false, it will execute the else part of the code. So this is the second flow control statement. Now the next flow control statement is switch case. Next we have a switch case statement. Now this is your multi-decision statement. In this case we can execute the multiple cases on the basis of the option entered by the user. C# switch statement pairs with one or more case blocks and the default case. That means in switch statement we have a list of cases. All the cases, case block of code is executed for the matching value of the switch expression value. That means we will pass the expression to the switch in the switch statement whose expression value is matched with the case value. That case will be executed. If the switch value does not matches with the any case value, in that case the default case is always executed. That means if none of the case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, if none of the cases matches with this option or expression, in that case the default case is always executed. Okay, so this is the syntax to create a switch statement. We have a switch. Within the switch we have an option case 1, the statements of the case 1 and break. Each case is terminated with the break keyword. Case 2 statements and then break. Case 3 statements then break. In this way you can create n number of cases in the switch statement. And after creation of all the cases, the last case will be the default case. This is your default case. Now let us see the example of the switch case. So in this example, enter the number. Instead of writing the enter the number, I will type enter your option, and we are reading this option in OPT. Now we will pass this option to the switch case, and we create a different cases. First we will create case 1. In this I am writing console.writeLine and just print ONE1, then break. In the same way we will create a second case, console.writeLine, within double quotes just print 2, and then again break. Now again create a next case, case 3, console.writeLine, then print 3. In this way we can create n number of cases and each case is terminated with break. Now we will write at the end of the each case we will write a default case, and this we are writing console.writeLine invalid option. This is my invalid option, and again this is a break. So now this is the basic example or a syntax to create a switch case statement. Now execute this program. Now I am typing a 1. So since the option value is matched with the case 1, it will display ONE1, as we can see here. This is my ONE1. In the same way, again execute the code. I am typing 2, right? It is execute as 2. Right? Then again execute the program 3. It is giving a output as 3. If none of the case is matched, suppose I am typing 10, right? The case number 10, we don't have the case number 10, therefore it display invalid option. So in this case we have a multiple options or a case that can be executed on the basis of option provided in the switch case. So in this way we can control the flow of execution of our program. After using this control statements, the program will not execute sequentially. It will skip the some part of the code, or it will execute the some part of the code on the basis of condition that we will provide to the statement. This is all about the flow control statements in C#. I hope you understood this session. Thank you so much.